Hi, you have tuned into the Raging Aggron Channel, and I'm your host, Djingis, and I am here with our last draft recap of the PSL Season 2 draft. And today we're going to go through the Pearl Division, the last division, and we have a pretty interesting combination of coaches in this division. We have the Bavarian Bastiodons, Dugtrio United, Lincolnshire Lugias, not Lincolnshire, Lincolnshire Lugias, Hamilton Grambles as last team, and this is a pretty spicy division to say the least. And the first team is pretty spicy as well. Not your typical team, not the typical team that you will see get drafted in a draft league format, which makes it even more fun to actually see it getting some usage. We have, first out, we have the Bavarian Bastiodons team, of course, coached by Lotz. And Lotz have his YouTube channel now, and he's going to upload the PSL matches to it, so go and subscribe, guys. He has the Heatran, Chansey, Alola Ninetales, Slowbro, Hitmontop, Crabominable, Mega Abomasnow, Mamoswine, Flygon, Cloyster, Duoblade, and Beartic. Yes, this man drafted Hail. A legend for real. Or a real life legend. Whatever you want to say it, wherever you want to put it. Like, this is a Hail team. It's very hard to defend a Hail team in draft league format. One of the few ways you can do that is by drafting the Heatran Chansey core with Slowbro as another form of wall. You're very weak to hazards, and you have some hazard removal, but not. You have Hitmontop and you have Flygon. Maybe something else gets T-Fog, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe. Then Hail. You have Alolan Ninetales, you have Slush Rush Beartic, but you don't have Alolan Sandshrew, which might be a bit of a problem later on. I don't think Crabominable will be that good in draft league format, but I might be proven wrong. Mega Abomasnow, I've never actually seen Mega Abomasnow getting usage in a draft league format, especially not in a singles league. I've seen it once or twice in double leagues, but not in singles. Overall, this team will hit like a truck, but it is not the most offensive team you can find. I'm no fan of Mamoswine, but at the same time, it's if there's any team that can actually make it work pretty darn well in draft league format, it might be this one. And I know that Lors is very, very good with Mamoswine as well, so yeah, why not? The problem is with this Ice team that you have some months that, like, Freeze Dry, Fighting, Fire will destroy this team together with DQ. Like, there's nothing else you can say, really. But that's something that you have to build around. And Chansey, Heatran, Slowbro is maybe the best offensive core you can get for this type of team. I look forward a lot to see Mega Abomasnow in draft league format, I really do. But I mean, this is a Hail team. I don't have too much else to say. Look out for Cloyster. That is a bitch to deal with no matter what team it is on. Flygon with D-Dance is pretty interesting. But other than that, this is a team that can do very well or very bad. It completely depends on the rest of the team in the divisions and how we actually manage to use Hail in league. But with that said, let's go to the next team, and that is the Dugtrio United, coached by Jeff Lars, and he drafted Latios, Chandelure, Muck, Alolan Muck, Bronzong, Gastrodon, Ariados, Megasissa, Keldeo, Staraptor, Togekiss, Rotomow, and Raticate. This is a team with some pretty average speed tiers, nothing too fast. Base 1 of 10 is the fastest he has, with 108 and 100, and then it drops off, well, 97, and then it drops off to 86, 80, 75 and lower. But it has a very good Dragon Fire Steel core in Latios, Mega Scizor, and Togekiss. It's a very, very good Fire Dragon Steel core. The Firewater Grass core leaves something else to be like. So Chandelure is a good water fire type to have. It's not a water type. But then you have Gastrodon or Keldeo as your water type. It's workable. And then you have Rotom-Mow as a grass type. Not too sure about Rotom-Mow on this team. It might work pretty well, it might not. Kinda depends on how you play with it. I don't know why I drafted Raticate as your normal type. There are better normal types out there, and you already have Staraptor. You maybe could have gotten something else. But Staraptor, well, Raticate is a Pokemon that can do some things, I guess. Like, I can see a Guts Raticate can do some things thanks to the base 97 speed and pretty decent attack stat. But yeah, you could have gone with the better last round pick there, I feel like. Gastrodon is fitting this team pretty well. You have Toxic Spikes, you have Stealth Rocks, you have Defog on Latios and Mega Scissor, you have Staraptor as well and Togekiss, Rotom-Mow. They have great Defogs overall. Staraptor and Latios is maybe the worst Defoggers you have in your team. Staraptor for sure is, but Latios can still be pretty useful as a Defogger. The special attack stat on this team is great. Nothing really to add there, and then you only have 2 physical attackers, well, 3 physical attackers, Alola and Muck. That bugs me so much that it says Alola on the dock. It's Alola and Muck with this Mega Scissor and Rotom-Mow. Not Rotom-Mow, Staraptor. Staraptor is Staraptor will be forced to run Scarf a lot of the time, even if it rather have banned. But it might be able to find a way to go around that. Other than that, this team, it will hit hard, no matter who you face. But it will be a big problem with the physical offensive, because you are not the best in that department, and you lack some things. The only thing that really works for you is the Ariados with webs. That is way too hard to say. With webs. That helps out the rest of your team a lot, which actually can help you running max attack, max speed. Mega Scissor actually outspeed a lot of things. And that is always good to have. Of course, you might rather run the bulkier Scissor set on this team, because it is after all your Steel type, and you have great fire resistances in Gastrodon, Chandelure, Latios, Togekiss as that as well. Keldeo can take 1 or 2. Bronzong is also a very good Steel type on this team. What I don't like though is that Bronzong is your own. No, it's not your own Psychic type actually. Yeah, you do actually have you have Latios as well. Yeah, like the only thing I don't like with Bronzong on this team would actually be that it adds to a fire weakness with Bronzong, Ariados, Mega Scissor, Rotom-Mow. But you actually patched that up pretty well, so it's not that big of a problem. And you do have screens, of course, with Bronzong, which is always good to have. So yeah, if the last pick was anything else by Raticate, this team would have been way better. But it's still a really, really good team that works well. But you might be forced to run Ariados more weeks than you would like to patch up for the speed tiers. But yeah, that's about it actually. We're going to the next team now, and that is the Lincolnshire Lugias. And this team, it is an interesting team to say the least. I like it at the same time as I don't like it. There are 4 or 5 picks here that I don't agree with at all on this team. But let's go, well, 4 picks more or less that I don't agree with on this team. But let's go through the team first before we do anything else. We have the Zapdos, Infernape, Primarina, Klefki, Smeargle, Haunter, Latias, Mega Latias actually, Weavile, Delmice, Metagross, Rhyperior, and Snorlax. And I'm no fan of having the Primarina, Klefki, it's dual fairy type. Sure, they do different things, but then you have Metagross as well. I'm no fan of that combo. I would not have drafted Klefki on this team if you knew that you were getting Metagross or Primarina. Sure, Klefki gives you Hazard Stack and it gives you Defog, gives you Priority and so forth, but it's not like I would be surprised if you bring Klefki more than you bring Metagross Primarina. Then you also have Smeargle for another hazard stacking option, so you don't really need a Klefki at all. You also have Haunter. I would have liked to see a better Ghost type, and you do have a Delmise, which patches up that Ghost type so well. So there are some things here that I don't agree with, that makes the team worse. But then you have you have very, very good wall breakers. You have extremely well-rounded team members that can be both specially offensive and physically offensive. You have ways to deal with a lot of offensive as well. You have a great amount of bulk you can add to pretty easy. But at the same time, you're pretty weak to Scoffers. You are, unless you have webs on Smeargle, of course, and you are kinda... I mean, you're kind of limited in the amount of the Pokemons that you have, if that makes sense. Like, sure, everyone has 12 Pokemons, but since you have so dual typings and Pokemon that does the same thing, that fills the same role on the team, it feels like the team itself isn't that diverse, and that will limit you a lot, I feel like, and that will also be a long-term problem for a team. Because even if you don't get a lot of, if you get variety in the months you bring, they will still do the same thing, so you can still prep for them. Even if you have to change one move, you can still prep for those Pokemons by still having default Rapid Spin, whatever. And also having that one move instead of the other. And you don't really have to worry about it. You can make a whole Pokemon that can take care of 4 different Pokemons that just has Defog, Fire move, or Defog, HP, Defog or Spin, HP, Stab, and the Ghost move, something like that, and it will destroy your team pretty bad. Or you could go with EQ over HP, like something like that. This team has a bit of a problem with that. But at the same time, you have a good amount of bulk to actually patch up with that roll weakness, so you can actually work around it. But I'm no fan of the Primarina, Klefki, Smeargle, Haunter, Metagross combination. I would like to have seen other picks there. But at the same time, it kind of fits the team as a whole. But yeah. Outside of that, I don't really have too much to add to this team. And we have one more team, the last team that we go through for Season 2. The drafts of Season 2 is the Hamilton Grambles, coached by Tchaikovsky, and he was the Season 1 runner-up. He finished second last season in the PSL, and is a tremendous battler. And this team is scary. He has Escadrille, Entei, Vaporeon, Ribombee, Swellow, Electivire, Mega Altaria, Shaymin, Drapion, Tyranitar, Hariyama, and Porygon 2. Damn. Like, this team has everything that you possibly need offensively. Defensively, it lacks some things that you could have been better with. But Vaporeon is a great water type to add to the team bulk-wise. Shaymin is pretty normal to run bulky. Drapion is a great AV user and can be pretty bulky. Tyranitar and Hariyama is also pretty good with an AV and is kind of bulky. You can run Mega Altaria, very bulky. So you have a lot of bulky options, and you also have the Sand option with Tyranitar, Escadrille. You also have Webs with Ribombee. The Speeders are great, especially with Sand. P2 is just a monster defensively overall, and can be very, very good offensively as well, as I proved in the TBL. I didn't calculate how many kills P2 got, but it was over 10 kills. I think it was might be 12, 13, 14 kills, something like that, if I recall correctly. I will calc them and tell later. But yeah, this is a very good team. And the scariest team we have seen today. So overall, the Speeders are great, especially with Webs. The physically offensive part of the team is phenomenal. The special part of the team is okay, but could be a bit better, because most of them will be run bulky. That is, most of your physically, especially offensive Pokemon, will be run bulky or in support roles, so they won't really get that big of a usage out of their special attack stat. But you have stab knockoff, you have ways to get rid of rocks, you have a way to get up your own rocks, you have a way to get up webs, and a way to actually let them stay up. And then just having the Porygon 2 in the back and just absorb hits with it and let the rest of your team recover while you can just wear down the opponent with Porygon 2 is pretty good. So yeah, I don't have too much to say about this team. It's a fantastic team. It will be very, very fun to see what happens and how he uses it. So to predict the last team to go through here from Pearl Division to playoffs, Hamilton Grambles, I'm 100% certain they will make playoffs. The other teams are a bit of a toss-up. I feel like Lincolnshire Lugias will take the last spot, and Bavarian Basilions and Darkfur United will just about miss out on playoffs. So this is all draft teams done, well, draft recaps done, every single team has been done through, and I would like you to write in the comment section who is your Season 1 favorites to win the league. Which team do you think is the best one, and who do you think will win the team? Also leave your predictions of who will be the kill leader, and from what draft pool that will be the kill leader. If you want to do that, write Infernape for the first draft pool and then Infernape 2 for the second draft pool. Just to make sure that you get that right, so we don't get confused, because they don't calculate the same kills. Who do you think will be the worst? Who do you think will flop this season? Who do you think will finish way lower than everyone thought? And who do you think will be the biggest surprise of the season? Leave that in the comment section, and I will answer most of them with my own thoughts. I would say that the kill leader of the season is pretty hard to say right away, but I feel like it should be Hamilton Grambles Escadrille or the Mega Alakazam on Holland Heracrosses. Those are the two that I think will win. Either of them will win the draft, will win the kill leaders. In my opinion, I would say that the winner of this division, winner of Season 1, Season 2 will be the South African Raptors. I think they will defend their the title. The biggest surprise of the season, I think, will be the Louisville Crowbats. And the biggest flop of the season, I would say the Clemson Tarcats. Those are the teams, those are my predictions overall. And thanks for watching this draft recap. Thanks for watching all of the draft recaps, and I look forward to have a great Season 2. I will face Levity in my Week 1. Some Week 1 matches has already taken place. And I will actually try to do a short summarization of the week every single time. I'll just show you the match reports of every single week in some form of rundown. I will try to do that. I can't promise it, but I will try to do it. So with that said, I will see you later, guys.